Hey guys, Eli here, and as a millennial myself, I have to say, us millennials, we're financially messed up. And we really have to ask ourselves, why is that, and what can we do about it? And we're starting now. If this is your first time here, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you guys comment down something in the comments below. And if you guys want to find me on my Discord and on my other social media platform, make sure you guys check down the social media and contacts tab in the description below. And if you guys want to get some free stuff such as stocks and money, and also check out some of my video equipment and some books I've read, make sure you guys check all that down in the description below. So if you guys are a millennial watching this right now, there's pretty much something that we really have in common. We all started getting into the workforce around the Great Recession, back in 2007. Hey, that rhymes. We got in the Great Recession back in 2007. Never mind. Joining the workforce around that time instantly put all millennials at a disadvantage. Compared to baby boomers who owned about 20 to 35% of the wealth in America at their time, millennials only own about 10% of the wealth today. With school loans and the price of living going sky high nowadays, add the fact that it actually took wages about 10 years from the lows of 2007 to get back to where they were prior, we're definitely at a disadvantage compared to our baby boomers counterparts. That just sounds weird, our baby boomers counterparts. My mind took it totally different there. We're actually told to get an education and get a better job by our parents. And that's only because that's exactly what worked for them. Hey son, go to school, go get a better job, save all your money and retire at age 65. Like I did. Now, don't get me wrong, getting an education and finding a good job and saving all your money is some great advice. If you were in the 1970s, around that time, banks were giving a high percentage interest on the money that you save. So it makes sense to save your money and put it into a bank account and just live off that interest money. But now we're living in a time where artificial intelligence is actually taking up most of the jobs. Oh, and the banks that used to give a high interest are actually paying a very small, minute interest on the money that you save. Not even enough to keep up with inflation. And who knows, soon AI may be able to do this video for me. I was just kidding. I was just kidding, all right? So as millennials, we're forced to change with the growing times. And as soon as we get out of college, the growing debt that we're given is about $30,000 plus in school loan debt. And 75% of that is going to school books. These right here is my school books, and this actually costs $20,000 right here. So with that being said, how can we fix all that and still come out of this ahead? Well, for some of us, we actually have hope. Over the next few years, we're going to experience something called the Great Wealth Transfer. And this is where the parents and grandparents actually transfer their wealth to their offsprings, provided the fact that we don't just take it and waste it and squander it, and we just add upon it so we can transfer to our offspring when it's time for us. But let's be real, not every baby boomer has wealth to transfer. I mean, when my grandparents passed away, I had to actually transfer some of my wealth to help pay for the funeral arrangements. So needless to say, there's going to be a lot of millennials that's not going to be able to participate in the great wealth transfer that's about to happen. So with an average of $30,000 in school loan debt and the cost of living going sky high and the wages not keeping up, and with low interest payments actually discouraging us from actually saving our money, and back that with the fact that the money we do save is getting eaten up through inflation. So what is it that us millennials can actually do so we can have a fighting chance and control more wealth in America? So there's actually three things that we have to do simultaneously, together to equip ourselves so we can get financially ahead. And those three things are managing our money, protecting our money, and investing our money. And if you really think about it, this is the same formula that baby boomers use to actually grow their wealth. So for us, it's the same formula, but we're gonna have to change up the recipe a little bit. If you look at the way that baby boomers manage their money, they actually found a good job that actually pays good wages for their time, and they save their money. They didn't have all those lavish stuff that us millennials have today. And those are things like internet bill, Netflix, Amazon Prime, a huge cell phone bill, laptops, computers, and all those extra stuff that we have to pay for today. Some of the stuff that baby boomers had to pay for in their time was like a car note, mortgage, utilities, cell phone bills. So looking at all that, what can millennials do to actually manage their money? Well, we can instantly find a different job that actually pays us better than the one that we currently do have. Back then it was more focused on loyalty, but right now it's like, hey man, whoever's paying the best for my service, I'm going there. And statistically speaking, job hopping is one of the best ways to actually add an additional boost to your yearly income. And yes, doing this can sometimes be uncomfortable, but you can be comfortable and stay where you're at, or be uncomfortable and grow, but you can't do both. And on top of that, the internet has given us a way better reach on the world where we can actually create additional side money on the side with just a couple of hours a day. And on top of that, we can actually budget and make sure we don't spend more than we have to. I like to use the 70-20-10 plan. That's when 70% of your income pays for your lifestyle. That's your food, your rent, your mortgage, and entertainment, while 20% goes to paying off debt, and 10% you save for you. Now, that's not the plan that I'm using currently. If you guys want to know how I make and manage my money, you guys can check that video out somewhere right here. But it's a great place to actually start off. Now, let's go into protecting your money. Although inflation has always eaten up the value of the dollar, all baby boomers had to do in their time was just save up the money, and the interest that they receive on the money outweighs inflation. So if inflation was eating the value of the dollar by 2% each and every year, but banks were giving you 8 to 10% on the money you make each and every year, you technically were okay. And nowadays we may be seeing inflation going over 2%, but the banks now are offering less than 1% interest on the money that you save. So in a nutshell, we're f***ed.
But leave it to me, cause I have a plan.
Okay. So there is something that we can do to protect our money. We can buy assets that appreciates over time. Now this can be anything such as real estate, stock market, precious metals, and even newly added cryptocurrency. But I haven't really done my research on that yet, so guys, make sure you guys do your own research. But in my opinion, when you're saving money, you are guaranteed a devaluation on the dollar that you save. So you really have two options. You can guarantee just save your money and have a guaranteed loss and devaluation of your money, or you can take the risk, do the proper research, and grow your money and protect your money. Which leads into the next thing, which is investing your money. Now, although baby boomers didn't have easy access to the stock market back then, I mean, as easy as it is today where we just go on the phone, open up an app, and we buy and sell stocks, baby boomers did not have that back in their days. But if you really look at it, saving their money was sort of like an investment for them, with anywhere between 5 to 10% interest being paid out, and on top of that, Social Security being added and pensions from their jobs, and some of them even having to access money to actually buy and purchase a house at phenomenal prices compared to today's prices. It's no wonder that they control 30% of the wealth back then. But for us millennials, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging. We don't have the option to save our money and actually get some high sweet interest payments. The best option that we do have is the 401k matching program, where some companies actually match what you put in your 401k, or match up to a certain percent of what you actually put into your 401k plan. And this is where the proper education comes to play. So yes, education is still important, but just the proper education. With everything around us growing and changing each and every day, it really doesn't make sense that we get the same education that the baby boomers got. The school system that we have today is the same system that we had 100 years ago, and it's pretty much teaching us how to work for a company. And as far as the proper education, it should be teaching people how to work in today's economy. For me, I learned what a recession was when we went through one after I graduated high school. Never heard the word before. Now, of course, I heard about credit in school, but no one taught me the importance of staying out of debt, how to manage debt, and how to keep your credit clean. The good things about having good credit and the bad things about having bad credit, I never learned that. So for us millennials, most of us don't have the proper education that we should have when it comes to money and how money works and how to invest our money. And once we learn that, we can actually acquire the tools for us to get financially ahead. So let's just do a small recap. First, you must learn how to manage your money, either by getting a better job, creating a side hustle, and budgeting your money. Then you want to be able to protect your money by learning about assets that appreciates over time and not having inflation devalue the money that you save. And last, you want to be able to invest your money and grow your wealth by the proper education, learning what to do, what to invest in, learning how to invest in stocks, learning how to invest in real estate, learning about assets such as gold and silver, cryptocurrency, or whatever it may be, learning about it so you can learn how to invest your money. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today, guys. Hopefully you guys got a lot from this. If you did, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. And if you guys are interested, I do have a video editing course and a wealth creation blueprint course if you guys are interested to become a member of this here channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day.